This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this? Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No. Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Welcome to DBL. It's Thursday, October 7th. I'm Tori here with Erica and Al.
Yes.
Everyone looking fly,
Yes.
as always. We do have an update on the manhunt for Brian Laundrie. Police found the remnants of a campsite that appeared to be recently used in the nature preserve near his parents' home in Florida. Meantime, Gabby Petito's family has a message for Brian Laundrie. Here's what they said to Dr. Phil.
I just hope he's found. I really do.
He'll be found.
No, I mean alive.
I want to look him in the eyes.
The more he runs, the more he hides, the less he can try to say it was a mistake or he had nothing to do with it.
I want to see him in a jail cell for the rest of his life, where he's an outdoorsman, being in that concrete cell and he can't go see those trees and hug those, and smell the fresh air like that.
And get this, neighbors of Brian Laundrie's parents are reportedly charging media outlets as much as $3,500 a week to camp out on their yards. I see people are turning in the studio here. Some are even offering tents, internet service, chairs, water, and access to bathrooms. Al, what do you think about this? First off, what you just heard about from the Petitos, and also charging $3,500. Would you do that?
Let's start with the second part first. I mean, why are we surprised that capitalism wins? I mean, this is what it is. I don't know if you've ever been to a college football game, but in those smaller towns, a lot of people will rent their driveway and their lawn
Arbor
out
did it, yeah.
for this. So this is not shocking. Unfortunately, I don't understand why we're looking at the neighbors when everyone is making money from this. People are running the story. They're running ads in between it. Podcasts are covering the story. Stamps.coms and MeUndies, I'm sure, is doing well because of it. So we've all learned that through murder, capitalism will shine through. So I'm not surprised at all, Erica. I'm wondering, is this a circus yet or no?
It's been a circus. I think it's difficult, especially when we were initially having this conversation about her being missing. Like, when people are missing, they're not some random entity. They are a human being, and they have families and friends who miss them and want to see them. Now we know that this young woman has been murdered, and you're absolutely right. I think when someone's missing, there is this idea we want everybody to be on the lookout. Let's get the word out. But at this point, she is no longer a missing person. Unfortunately, we know that she was killed. Yeah. We have parents who are out. I do not know that level of strength, nor do I ever want to know that level of strength to have this conversation, to say, and in all fairness, yes, they don't want him just to be found in any condition. They want him to have to pay and justice be served.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I did want to give you guys some updates. Brian's father, Chris Laundrie, has agreed to help with the search and is showing trails in the reserve, apparently to police, that Brian is known to have used. And FBI is investigating 11 alleged sightings of Brian on the Appalachian Trail. 11. Why can't we get this guy? I don't get it. Schools are on alert, and it's all because of a new trend. This is scary on the social media TikTok. I do not like this. Last month, the TikTok challenge encouraged young kids to vandalize bathrooms, steal classroom items, and even remove toilets from stalls at school. Well, now there's a new reported trend, which is to slap a teacher. This happened to educators in at least 2 different schools, one in South Carolina and another in Missouri. Now, TikTok has denied the trend and called the slap a teacher dare an insult to educators. I'd add that's also assault. They also promised to remove any related content from the site. All right. I also have to read you some of these. These are the monthly TikTok trends that are going. I got this from a producer who has a friend this was sent to the parents in Colorado, right around here. Okay. January, jab a breast. February, mess up school signs. May, ditch day. June, flip off the front office. And July, spray a neighbor's fence. We also have someone in this studio whose son was just suspended for doing one of these. Our own studio. And they had a talk before about this the night before, about these TikTok trends and how dangerous and how much they believe in him. The next day, he went and did it. Talk to me. This is insane to me.
Erica, I want to hear your thoughts first, please.
Well, none of this stuff is new. It's
Right.
not like they're reinventing the wheel.
No, I know.
The difference is we know exactly who did it, how they did it, and it can be punishable by the actual evidence of them doing said thing. So it's almost like the wheel hasn't been reinvented, but if you look at the number of views and likes, I mean, they're pretty extraordinary for a high school or elementary schools or whatever schools, that this is something that's being celebrated. And before, it just used to be something that, like, you know, people did and maybe we didn't know. So it's like, if you're going to do things like this and you're going to video it, then it kind of helps the entire effort of finding out who did it. Like, who...
They know they'll be caught, but I also was watching Squid Game. I don't know if you guys know it, but it's about it's a Korean miniseries. It's the #1 Netflix show, and it's about a game that people play that turns violent in some ways, in many ways. I don't want to give anything away, but it reminded me of this. It's sort of a game, like bingo, right? But it's like you're hitting a teacher.
Yeah, but you're doing it now. There's an old saying that says, people will always wrestle alligators, but not when no one's looking. And that means that people will do it if they're looking. Now, you used to do things like ditch day and even, you know, deface the school, and you'd be locally famous for a day. Now, like you were talking about the likes, now you can be internationally famous. And if you are 12 or 13 and feel unseen and unheard, and all of a sudden there's 1 million people saying you're the coolest kid they've ever seen, imagine the pull that has. And it's worth it to slap an adult.
Social media for young people make me I know I sound old. I know I sound like
I would have been susceptible to it. 100%.
I would have too, and
100%.
This social media for young people, if you're out there, your parents, your grandparents, please write us in on how you're dealing with this. I know it's affecting you.
But is it fair game for the teacher to slap back? Because I think that that's called self-defense.
I hear you. Let us know what you think. Coming up on DBL, Nicholas Sparks is here. Are his best-selling stories really based on his own life? And what would you do if your wedding photographer deleted all your photos out of spite? We have some hilarious and cringeworthy revenge stories. That's coming up next.
Closed captioning provided by
You know, our teachers are like truly heroes, especially in this moment. And they have to deal with the pandemic. They have to deal with the underpayment, under-resource, and now they have to deal with possibly being slapped by a student. I am all for if a student decides that it's slap a teacher day, then it's also slap a student day. I mean, people need to learn the hard way. And if if my child, not that I have a child, maybe it's different, but if a niece or nephew decided to go and slap their teacher, I would be A-okay with that teacher slapping them
Erica,
back.
you could also report that as a full-on crime.
But nothing's going to happen. I think
I know you
more than
can, but I'm
that,
just
as a
saying you
former
could as well.
teacher,
That's an assault.
Erica, what I would say is, like, if I got slapped by
I would
one of my
report a crime,
students,
press charges.
the damage that would do to me personally would be worse than any slap. I mean, the dignity that we ask our teachers to walk with, being underpaid, being attacked by parents about masks or not masks or my kid, and on top of all of that, to be physically assaulted and to be mocked in on the internet endlessly, we wonder why people don't want to go to work. Everybody's like, no one wants to go to work. It's because the jobs that are the most important get the least amount of respect.
Yeah,
and then
essential
we all
workers.
sit around it. No one in this generation wants to go to work, and we look at clips every day of somebody yelling at somebody at Pizza Hut.
Thank you, love.
No wonder they don't want to go to work.
Welcome back to DBL. All right, we've got a couple of stories of revenge for you. Up first, a wedding photographer who was hired to shoot a bride and groom's big day got upset when she was denied a break to get something to eat and drink after working 6 hours straight. So, in revenge, she deleted all the wedding photos she took that day. Okay, just quickly, do you think she went too far, Erica?
I think you get what you pay for, and also you should be very clear about how you are doing it. You know, I mean,
Your plan.
Obviously, she charged less because they were friends. You know, that. Also, don't do that with friends. Don't do business with.
Don't do business with.
Not on that day.
No, Al, real quick, what do you think?
Don't do people favors. They don't respect it.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Learn that the hard way.
Wow, bummer town. All right. A man on TikTok has gone viral. He says that people regularly cut across his lawn because it's faster than walking around the perimeter. But anyone with a lawn knows regular foot traffic can damage the turf. So the man rigged up a little back payback scenario. Check this out. He hooked up an automatic sprinkler, which is triggered by trespassers who then get doused as they walk by.
This is great.
You know, it reminds me of Larry David's latest curb. He comes up with a spite store next to the coffee store, and it's just in spite. He makes another coffee store. That's what this. I think you're allowed to do that. Right?
Why not? It's not hurting anybody.
It's your property.
Get off his lawn.
Wow,
We sound old.
Erica, that's a jump in the shark. You just yelled, get off his lawn on national TV. Erica, I'll just say this. What's up with the fence, bro? Just put a fence up.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, who knows what the situation is? Maybe he can't put a fence up.
And
not every neighborhood is allowed to have a fence.
This is true. I'm also wondering about the liability. You remember we saw that TikTok video really quickly about that porch pyro that stole the package and then fell down the steps and broke her ankle, and they sued the people. I wonder if somebody's not running across wet grass, they fall. I just wonder about the liability.
Well, you're committing
but I love
a crime
it.
in the first place.
I love it.
I love it
okay,
too.
Let me get
I like
that
you,
out there.
sprinkler guy. All right, get this. A California man, of course it's California. I love you, California. He's suing his psychic for $25,000. He claims that she offered to remove a witch's curse from his marriage and promised he'd be happy again if he paid her $5,100. How specific the $5,100?
I thought about that. That's very strange.
The man reportedly paid a hefty down payment, but lo and behold, he says there was no improvement to his fortune. Now he's suing her for failing to remove the spell.
Yeah.
I think the spell's removed with divorce, man.
I look at this. It's just so interesting to me that people are so into the universe, cosmic spirit, forces, people that can see the future. But as soon as something goes wrong, they go straight to an attorney.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you use the universe to help you out?
Like your star
Yeah,
signs?
you seem to lean on it so much.
I don't think if a judge would say this is I mean, I don't think you have standing for a trial. A psychic, a curse? I don't think they're standing for a lawsuit.
Erica, you do go see telepathic readers. What do you call those people? I really don't know the name. What's it?
I see some spiritual people, yeah.
Guides.
I'm asking this in all seriousness. Is there like a disclaimer anywhere where they say results not guaranteed and some kind of
I don't go with
spiritual
specific
ease?
like, oh, is this going to happen and can we change it? It's more like based on, you know, where the stars and the moon and the sun. Shut up.
Well, I'm looking at you like, she's all sun and moon and sun. Do you believe in that, Al? Do you believe in that?
I believe in the sun and stars. I don't know if they're out there looking out for Al.
Fair.
I think they're busy with the galaxy, but I'd like to think.
Fair enough. They're too busy for Al. Coming out for Erica. Coming up on DBL. He's written some of the most popular love stories.
Is it me?
It's not at all you.
I've written stuff.
Does that look like you? That's Nicholas Sparks, and he joins us next to tell us all about his new book. Looks nothing like you.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Beverly Miller wanted to know, is it true the Postmaster General is appointed by the President? Is his term limited? Let's verify with our sources the U.S. Code of Federal Regulations and the United States Postal Service. Right now, Louis DeJoy is the 75th Postmaster General of the United States, serving as CEO of USPS since June 2020. According to federal regulations, the President does not have the power to change that role. It's the Postal Service Board of Governors who is in charge of appointing or removing the Postmaster General. The president does, however, nominate the governors. The appointees are confirmed by the Senate and serve for 7 years. It's important to point out that no more than 5 of the 9 appointments can be from the same political party. President Biden recently filled 3 vacancies to the governing board in May. So Beverly claims that the president has power to appoint or fire the Postmaster General are false. Instead, the Postmaster General serves at the pleasure of the Board of Governors for an indefinite amount of time. With your verified fast facts, I'm Liza Lucas.
Welcome back to DBL. He has written some of the most iconic love stories of our time. And be honest, when you heard me say love stories, you thought Nicholas Sparks, right? Well, earlier we had him on to talk about his new book, The Wish. It's all about romance. Yeah, that's today's DBL Spotlight. Welcome to the show, Nicholas. It is so great to have you. How are you?
What's up, Nick?
Nick.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me. This is a lot of fun. I appreciate you letting me on.
Absolutely. I like your mahogany background, that bookshelf.
Let's get to it.
All right.
Yeah, so what these are actually my books in various foreign languages. I think I published in about 50 different foreign languages, and I don't know, there's 24 books now, so about 1,000 books in here from all around the world, and I can't read any of them because I don't know that many languages basically.
You know the love language, and that's a flex. That's a huge flex. That's a huge flex, sir. I bowed down.
Can you imagine somebody saying, nice bookshelf? You're like,
Those
oh,
are
these
mine.
are all my books.
Those are all mine.
Anyway, you were saying?
Now, I do want to know, your books are based on true stories from your family, and I want to know, are you as really so romantic in real life as the characters in your books?
Yeah, of course. I love a good romantic date. I think life is about experiences, and I'm all for, hey, we'll go to dinner and maybe have a glass of wine or something like that. But I also enjoy things like let's take a walk and hopefully we'll see something magical out there. I remember one time, it was almost like it was like almost like out of my books, right? We just got off the plane. We end up on this little island and we're so tired. We say, no, but let's walk and let's go get some time. Let's go get some fresh air. And as we're walking, suddenly down the beach, the whole island, there's nest after nest of baby turtles hatching, right? Which of course is like right out of the last song, one of the novels I wrote. And over there, over the horizon, there's a rainbow. And yeah, it's nothing that planned, but there was definitely magic and romance in that moment. And of course, we try to do romantic gestures as well.
Cute.
This guy's writing a novel as we're
I'm
talking
so
right now.
into it.
He's amazing. So let's stay on romance. People love that. Should the man or the woman take the lead on romantic gestures? You wrote The Notebook back in '96. Times have changed. Things have evolved. Has your writing as well?
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So you'd like to think your writing has improved, right? I've been doing it for a long time, but I will say this though. It's just as hard to write a book now as it was way back then. I don't know. You try to always improve. So the challenge is just as high. I still rack my brain trying to come up with good stories. And as to the other question, romantic gestures, I think it works best when both people do romantic gestures. But really, often the best kinds of romantic things are just showing the other person that you're thinking about them when you're supposed to be doing something else, right? It's a text from work saying, hey, thinking about you, looking forward to seeing you, looking forward to a great dinner tonight.
Our viewers obviously love The Notebook, and if I don't ask this question, they will kill me. So do me a favor. We have a viewer here, and we're going to play your question now.
Can you give me some tips on writing a love letter to my husband?
Yeah, I can. Okay, the best way to write a love letter is to set the scene. Where are you? I'm in the kitchen, at a table. The sun is going down, the sun is coming up. It's a cup of coffee beside me, a glass of wine beside me. I find myself struggling for words. It's always a great line because it's hard to capture everything that I'm feeling in this moment. Okay, there's a wonderful opening first paragraph, and then you go on.
You had
Say, when
me.
I close my eyes, and then go into some very specific memories that you share, just the two of you. It might be something about your honeymoon or the birth of a child, or just a quiet night where she was crying or he was very upset, and you comforted each other. And you just kind of replay these moments and make them personal and explain why they meant so much to you. Do that for a few paragraphs, then consider yourself lucky. Tell them why you're lucky. Thank them for being with you, and then that is one heck of a love letter.
Bravo, sir.
Whoa.
I just fell in love.
Man, I'm going to slide in those DMs. We better watch out, Nick.
The Wish is out right now. You can grab a copy anywhere books are sold. I know because I already got mine. Ha ha! We'll be right back. Ooh.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
This tweet showing a bottle of Vicks Vapor Rub has garnered over 20,000 retweets and 331,000 likes. The woman who posted it says even though the product has an expiration date of January 1987, she still used the vintage Vicks on her son who was sick, and she says it helped. Expired cold medicine questions are a common topic on online message boards as well, with several Reddit threads claiming it's safe to take expired pills or liquid medicine. So let's verify. Should you take expired cold medicine? Our sources are the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the National Capital Poison Center, and Dr. Brooke Hudspeth, Chief Practice Officer at the University of Kentucky College of Pharmacy. In 1979, the FDA began requiring an expiration date on prescription and over-the-counter medication. The FDA says if your medicine has expired, do not use it. According to the National Capital Poison Center, there are many drugs that are probably effective after their expiration date has passed, but most aren't tested beyond then to be sure. Dr. Brooke Hudspeth says the expiration date tells us how long the medications are their most potent.
After that expiration date, we can't be confident that those medications will have their full potency or be able to work as well to treat the condition that we're trying to treat.
The NCPC warns drugs kept for a long time may deteriorate if they are not stored properly. They say warm, humid places like bathrooms and kitchens are not ideal. So we can verify, no, you shouldn't take expired cold medicine. If you need to get rid of any expired medication in your medicine cabinet, don't throw it in the trash or the toilet. Instead, the FDA recommends dropping it off at a drug take-back site or program as soon as possible. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
Welcome back to DBL. Earlier, Steph showed me, I'm in charge of Morning Save, not Jeff. Some amazing discounted products from our friends at Morning Save. If you start your holiday shopping early like me, you don't want to miss this. Check it out. All right, what do you have for us today, Stephanie?
Hey, Tori, I've got some wonderful products and even better deals, and I can't wait to share them with you. So first up, we've got Glow 48-foot outdoor weatherproof string lights with 15 Edison bulbs.
Yes!
These are like $160, but right now they're only $39, saving our viewers up to 76%. Okay, now Tori, these make me want to just crawl into bed. We've got Bib Home 3-piece printed reversible quilt set. So normally it's as much as $129 for the queen and $149 for the king.
Yeah, those things are pricey.
Are you ready? We've got it for only $29, Tori, saving up to 81%. Now, this next item is gonna jazz up your wrist. It's the Laura Ashley Ladies T-Bar Case Double Stone Bezel Mesh Band Watch.
Whoa.
So you'll get one watch available in 3 different colors, and this watch can dress up a casual outfit and will go perfectly with business or black tie attire. Now for one, it's normally as much as $90, Tori, but we've got one for $19, saving up to 79%, Tori.
Just put them all in my basket.
And then last but certainly not least, Tori, we've got a 2-pack Pop Sonic Smoothie hair remover and hair trimmer set. So normally these are as much as $60, and right now it's only $20, saving up to 67%, and that is a lot cheaper than going to a salon, Tori.
Guys, head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com right on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph. Good stuff to get. By the way, Just Me wrote in, if I were a celebrity stalked by paparazzi, I'd carry a super soaker with me wherever I go. If they refuse to back up, I'd squirt. No one would be physically hurt, just wet.
I think somebody did that, didn't they? Didn't somebody used to spray the paparazzi?
I don't know, but then they have equipment, and then there's a lawsuit.
Oh, you're right, the electronics involved.
And also, you kind of need them to keep your face out there. So I think, like, if you spray them a couple times, maybe Erica's face doesn't show up on the front cover as much as it used to.
Maybe that's what some people want.
Very true. Ooh, super soaker. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Thanks for joining us, guys. Bye.